anthem. Why are we meeting here today? I mean, when Ernest and I came and spoke to Connor and said, look, it's now in the Mumbai Mirror, Shrishti hasn't come in any newspaper, but we know what good stuff she has done and how she's been threatened because of it. We need to felicitate such young people because every day in the newspaper, I would like to tell the news reporters who are here, all we hear is negative news. All we hear is this one was raped, that one was killed, that one was murdered. I hate to open the newspaper, and I was told once that bad news sells, good news doesn't sell. So obviously the reporters are writing it more because that's what is selling. But it's about time some of us took a decision that we now start spreading the message that good things are happening in our country today, that good things are happening in our society, and that youngsters, that is the next generation, is taking the lead in doing it. As a senior citizen, I'm extremely proud of them. And I feel that, some of us who feel very frustrated that the younger generation, they're too busy doing their own thing, going to pubs, etc., etc. India is safe in their hands. Because we couldn't do as much as they are doing. So that is why we felt the need, and I think this will probably be the start where we will find that more and more young people that we would like to felicitate who have taken on the system, who have risked their lives to do it. Okay? So one of them is a good Samaritan. He's right here, Demetrius Pace. The other one is a gutsy young girl. Her name is Shrishti Soni. Her parents and her brother are sitting here. Unfortunately, she could not come today because she's been selected for a Saturday-Sunday program, management program, which she naturally cannot get out of. So she sent a message afterwards, but she could not come here today because, and so her parents are here representing her. Okay, I want to salute these two youngsters. I think you're 27 and she's 20. How old is she? 18. So that really shows you that they are prepared to take on. They're not frightened of anybody. They're prepared to take on. I sometimes wonder, both of them have noticed it, that when they are helping somebody else, the rest of the public is busy taking pictures, is busy looking on, but not getting involved. Have you noticed this? If what happened in Amboli to Ruben and his friend who were killed, if people around them had come to their help, there was a busload that stopped over there and they took pictures from the bus watching this happening, they would be alive today. If what happened at Chennai station, railway station, where that girl was killed, where people from the other station are watching and getting into a train, I'd like to throw a little bit of this open to the crowd here today. Why don't we get involved? Why have we reached a stage when we look at it and they say, "Acha, theek hai, good, makes a good shot," and we take a picture and we go away? Is something wrong with our society today? Something wrong with the way we think? I would like somebody to share this with us, especially the young ones who are here. What do you feel? Or anybody?
It's because what happens the moment you make a complaint, then you get involved in it, then they put you in the blame, and then it goes on for years together. The system is so corrupt and so bad.
Okay, what he's saying is the system is so bad that because recently it came in the paper, somebody took an injured person, and at the gate of that municipal hospital, that chap said, "Aapka koi rishta hai kya? Aap jante ho kya isko?" So he said, "Nahi, kuch nahi idhar," and he went away. Because people are scared, the police will keep calling them and calling them and calling them. Okay, that's one of the reasons. Why else don't we get involved?
Indifference.
We are indifferent. Why are we indifferent? It could be you, it could be your family, it could be your son, your daughter, your parent, it could be one of you. Why are we so indifferent?
All of us wonder why the others don't get involved. But you have to admit that we don't want to get involved ourselves.
We don't want
I'm
to
a
be
great chap for asking
yeah.
everybody to get involved. I won't get involved.
We won't get involved.
It's a little courage as well.
Of course it takes courage. Why do you think we are felicitating the courageous ones? It does take courage, but these are big ones. But even simple things, like I remember many years ago, we were, it's also a very awkward situation. We were on the road and one man was slapping and hitting one woman, okay? So my husband went up to her and he said, "Kya kar rahe ho tum? Kyun maar rahe ho aurat ko?" You know what she's telling him? telling my husband, वो मेरा आदमी है, आदमी नहीं मारेगा तो कौन मारेगा? So our system also is a little cockeyed. I have taken my maid to the police station for domestic violence, and the policeman has told me, "Naura nahi marnar तर कोण मारणार ताई?" You understand this? That system has got to change. And if we don't change the system, nothing is going to happen. There have been cases, you must have heard this, Shrishti and her group has heard this. They go and make a complaint. You're not supposed to disclose the name of the complainant, right? My two corporators will tell me this. Are you supposed to disclose the name of the complainant? No. But they disclose it. And therefore they are harassed, they are being threatened. Right? So, again the system has to change. And who will change the system? We or the system? Who will change the system? We have to. So that's what I'm saying. We have to stick our necks out. We have to. We can't afford to, I know something wrong is happening. It's frightening. I know that it's frightening. But we can't keep quiet every time. Okay, so if anybody else wants to share something, if not, then we can move on to the next thing. Anybody else wants to? Yes.
I have a story. This is actually happened to me in the year 1988 or so. I was very much a Bandra person for 3 years. I lived in the hostel, KCA hostel. I shifted to our campus in 87 September.
He's from SND.
I am from the Janki Devi Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. What happened was that when we leave hostel, we have always still a little bit of attachment. We used to go to one night. I went to meet my friends and I was going back. I used to take that 384 bus from the corner of National College, that junction Waterfield Road beginning. Those days the road was very different. There used to be a small gutter this much and water. It was rainy season. I was waiting for the bus. It must have been around 9 o'clock in the night. There were about at least about 10 people. See, I was 30 years young at that time, so or probably 28 years young now. And I had an umbrella in the hand. I was waiting for the bus. One young pretty lady who must be the age of one of our students. She was very immaculately attired. She must have been going to the airport or going to work. I'm sorry for the language. One wretch. I don't have the heart to call him a human being. He was frothing from his mouth. Either he was drunk or he was drugged. She was standing for the bus, just about 3 people, and there was a whole lot of people there. And this man would walk like this to touch her or knock her. I could see that came in a matter of days. So I was very peaceful standing there with my umbrella in the hand. I said to myself, I will not allow this man to touch me. So I know where he is going to stand, and I was going to move. It's kind of chess game. I would block it. It went on for quite some time. Then I gave my umbrella to one of the people, just hold this. I was determined. See, 2 things I could do. And I know I was much, he was much stronger than me, but I knew since he was drunk, I can actually knock him down. Or, Bandra police station is about half a kilometer or more than that. I said, it is not going to waste my time. And nobody bothered. After about 10 minutes of this game, once he knocked me and then, touched me, brushed against me. Then I had a real reason to catch him, but otherwise I cannot just get into a fight with him. Finally I told that girl, please go. And then she took a rickshaw and went. But nobody bothered. I've always thought, my God, if it was my sister, what would I do? I wouldn't be kind to her. Thank you.
Cornell thanked Ernest and me for coming to you, but I want to actually thank Captain Loyola Azevedo. Amazing. Can I mention your age, sir? 85-year-old man who read this in the papers, and rang up some of us and said, please come and have a cup of tea and meet him. And that's when I said, you can't felicitate this youngster over a cup of tea in somebody's drawing room. This has to be done on a much larger scale, right? So that's when we thought of the idea. So thank you very much. We have with us today Nirmala Mehendare and her son Aditya. Is Aditya here?
Yeah.
Okay, Aditya is here. Okay. Who run a very good NGO called Kindness Unlimited. So I would like Aditya to share a few words. Yes. This is not a mic.
Okay, alright. So just to set the tone of what Kindness Unlimited is as an organization, we're about a decade-long organization, and as the name would suggest, the idea is sort of to inspire people towards greater kindness. And the philosophy on which the organization is largely based is balancing self-interest with common interest. So all of us have our own little interest, and that's fine. You can look. You have your entire life to go and fulfill that interest. But along with that own interest, if you can do a little bit of something for the people around you, using your own talents, using your own strengths, and leveraging that to help society at large, then that's a great thing. And that, as an organization, that's what we've been trying to tell people is you don't necessarily have to go out and do something that's beyond your scope of interest, beyond your scope of talent. It's something that can rest within you. Use that to help somebody, who's less fortunate or who doesn't have a similar kind of advantage. Another thing that we at Kindness Unlimited do to bring this out is to shed light on people who on an everyday basis are kind. Today I'm glad that we've had the opportunity of doing that because like she rightly said at the start, every day we hear news which is bad. And everybody I think is starving for that good piece of news which is a genuine, authentic story, a true human story. And I think that is what these kind of instances, a young guy like him is going to inspire more people to go out and do this. Because I think what's really happening today is that there's this huge bystander effect. People are scared. I think that's what the discussion was. Is today people are scared to go out there and get their hands dirty. But I think if we start to look a little beyond ourselves and take that one step, that courageous step, sometimes it can be as little as stepping in front of somebody else and not even getting into a confrontation, but just showing that you're there, you've got somebody else's back. That symbolic gesture itself is often enough for somebody else to encourage more people to get into this. So I'm really glad that we had this opportunity. Thank you, Ernest and Sansai, for arranging this. And great. I'm so glad we have a chance to do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I'd like to share a few things which you come to know about both of them. Since Shrishti is not here, I would like to relate to you exactly what happened to her so that everybody knows what happened. Unfortunately, Shrishti is not here because she's been selected for a camp which is every Saturday, Sunday for the next couple of months. So it was just not possible for her to come. But she says to say a big thank you. So I'll just briefly tell you what happened to Shrishti Soni, who is all of 18 years old. She came back from college, I think from Jain College, and since she lives in Kalanagar, she obviously gets off at Bandra East Station. So she stepped out of the station at 9:30. As usual, there were a whole lot of rickshaw drivers who were there, waiting. And one rickshaw driver came up to her and said, "Chalo, she asked him first, "Bhaiya, rickshaw khali hai kya?" So she said, "No, mere rickshaw mein aao, chalo." So she went with him and she found that in his rickshaw were two tough-looking men sitting over there, and he tried to kind of push her into the rickshaw. So she jumped back and she said, "No, I am not into a share rickshaw. I am not coming into this rickshaw. I am going into another rickshaw." There was a rickshaw behind her where the rickshaw driver was a much older person, and she went and sat in the rickshaw. What did this rickshaw driver do? He went and assaulted that other rickshaw driver. He went and opened his shirt buttons and went into Shrishti's face. Almost like, it was like a molestation, if you look at it. And tried to tell her, "मैं देख लूँगा तुम कैसे दूसरा रिक्शा पे जाती हो, तुमको मैं देख लूँगा, etc." Shrishti had the guts to film all this on her mobile phone. So she got his number, his rickshaw number, and she got him, and she heard all the abusive, filthy words that he was using, the lewd comments that he was making to her, the way he was trying to push. He pulled out that older rickshaw driver, punched him in the face, hit him for having said that I will take you where you have to go. people watching all this happening to this girl. Nothing was done. She rang up her brother who's here. He rushed down over there. They went then to which police station did you go first? Bandra. Kherwadi. They went to Kherwadi police station. On the way, she passes a cop and she tells the cop, "Aapki madad chahiye." What does the cop tell her? "Nahi, mujhe paan khane ka hai." That's what the cop tells her. "Mujhe paan khane ka hai." Okay. So they go to Kherwadi police station. They take down all the whole story and then tell them, "No, this doesn't fall under our jurisdiction. You have to go to Nirmal Nagar police station." Right? So a brother and she and that second rickshaw driver who took them everywhere go to that Nirmal Nagar police station. They take down the complaint, by which time it was midnight. Look at this 18-year-old's perseverance, and I'm going to do it. She had all the proof that was needed. She gave it to them. To cut it short, her brother will elaborate a little more, and she's also sent a message for all of us. That rickshaw driver is absconding. They have found out now that he's a drug addict. But the owner of the rickshaw is arrested. And the number of the rickshaw was with her, therefore the rickshaw is also confiscated. It is not on the road at all. Okay, so it shows what an 18-year-old girl can do. Okay, so I feel very proud. I've known Shrishti for the last 2 years. She belongs to an organization called Chakachak Bandra. Some of them are here today. They are the ones who are literally cleaning and sweeping the Bandra East railway station. When there are slums over there at the back, they are working. They've done it not once, they've done it twice. They're painting the floorboards, and this is what I was asking the two corporators, because the police at the BMC is telling them, "Wo hawker ka photo le lo," which is their job actually. These girls are taking the photographs and sending it, so the hawkers are threatening them, and they use those station and and the pathways every day to go to college. So these kids are sticking their necks out, literally, for us, those of us who use Bandra East railway station. What is happening? They are not getting any protection. They are more being endangered more and more. I can imagine what her mother will be feeling. Kya kar rahi ho beti? Why are you doing it? Right? This is only exactly. I know. You must be feeling like this. So, would you like to share a few things, please? Yes.
Yeah. First of all, I'm sorry. I'd just like to correct you. It wasn't me.
Oh, it was your cousin.
Yeah, it was
okay.
my cousins.
Okay,
Me and my father.
cousin brother. Yeah.
Yes. And she's sent a message that I'd like to read out to you people. She says, "I am fearful to travel by Bandra station. A reporter has been beaten because she tried to bring out a positive change in the station, and the police officials have been threatened to be killed while they were conducting their duty. So even the cops are not safe when it comes to Bandra East side of the station. I don't know what my future holds, but I need to know for how long will people be beaten and threatened and killed for things they should be doing." And she goes ahead with saying, "There is no single police officer or a cop which I find on a night duty in the Footover Bridge, which connects the West Station to the East Station, where they are most required to be. At night, the Footover Bridge is filled with drunk, loud and unruly men. They are always teasing and using corrupt language. How should I come back home is what I want to know from the people who are present over here. What if someone does something to me? Who will come to my rescue? What if someone does something to you? Who will come for your rescue?"
It's a question she's asking. And that's a route she has to take every day when they come back from college. Every day. And what has made these young girls who get off at Bandra East Station very upset is Bandra West Station is very good. It's a heritage site. The railway minister came and opened it, beautiful, etc. Just across, filthy, dangerous, especially for women, especially for girls. So I think if we start taking this up. Yes, ma'am, you want to ask a question?
I'd just like to say, I mean, I'm an activist. I've been in this space for the last 25 years. And I think two things we lack. One is we don't know the law enough. Second is we need to network. we need to network with all people who are working in this field. Now there is a police reform network. There are so many organizations that are working against violence to women. There is a violence to women helpline. Okay, use it. If you don't use it, you have to contact people so that they know that this is not working. The women movement in India is very, very strong. You need to get in touch with these women NGOs and you need to network. If we don't network, we can't succeed. That's very, very important. And I think, sort of we start organizations and that's great. But, you will do much better if you can network at a larger level. So try to make contact with as many people, with lawyers, with legal centers, and there are a number of NGOs that work with the police also. There is police reforms groups. So try and work with them, okay?
And we know that we work with Mr. Julio Ribeiro, Dolphy D'Souza, we know all this. But police reforms at grassroots level does not exist. If a cop can actually tell this girl who's asking for help, "Main pan kha ke aata hu," what is this?
Ma'am, I've been going to the police station for
I know.
a number of years.
Yes.
The thing is, you have to go there with confidence. Now, see, when you know the law, you are confident. I've gone to the police station and they've tried to, sort of like what they do to everybody. But the moment you show them you know the law, the moment you tell them, now I'm going to contact somebody higher than you, immediately you see they fall into place.
But why should it be like this?
No,
Why should I have to use my influence?
You can't answer that question because it's been corrupt all along.
Yeah.
The only way you can make them work is like this. The thing is, people are not prepared to even give them that extra push, to make them work. You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to say, I'm going to go to somebody higher. And otherwise they don't work. And you have to do it, you have to pursue it. Now, I have done it. I have gone to police stations, I've taken women who are been in bad situations to police stations, and they don't want to do anything. You have to tell them that you know the law, you know this, you know that, and they have to act. If they don't act, this is what you do. So we need a lot of awareness programs, and there are a lot of people who are available to give these awareness programs. People have to get interested. But the large majority are, just armchairs, read the paper, say, oh, how horrible, how terrible. And, at least, somebody like Loyola now, at least took an initiative. This is what we need to do, we need to take an initiative, we need to...
That's why we are felicitating this young 18-year-old
Yeah.
who took the initiative. Who took the initiative.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
That is when afterward you report.
Exactly.
But when
it's actually happening, exactly, when it's actually
that is
happening,
what
yeah.
has to be done. Because
Yeah.
Spot action होना चाहिए ना.
No, that
Spot
Yeah,
action
so
होना चाहिए.
on site will not, I mean, see, हर बार वो physically possible नहीं है कि just jump into the issue what is there and just try to I mean if the rest of the crowd which is there doesn't follow you, you will be just left alone stranded there. So
there is
better
police helpline. There is a police
Madam,
helpline.
not every girl who is walking out of a railway station knows the number of the police helpline. And if somebody is actually embracing her and catching her, she cannot get in touch with her phone to get for the helpline. So what I'm trying to say is,
yes. She walked up to a cop by the roadside and she asked him that this is happening, and he was more interested in consuming his pan.
Exactly.
Actually listening over to him. And irrespective, I completely agree to what you're saying, and I totally honor
She should have
to the
taken a
dynamics
photograph.
of...
She should have taken a
She
photograph.
has.
she has.
So,
It's all gone, madam. It's gone up to the highest authority. She's done everything. I am only saying she is different. What happens to the average girl? What happens to the average girl?
Yeah.
The induction of her isn't
होता क्या है आज
Yeah,
मेरे
one
साथ
minute.
हुआ मैं शांति से निकल गई ठीक है जो हो गया सो हो गया
All of you must be traveling by train, yeah?
I would suggest, since you're involved so much, could you share your networking group at least, so that people can note down the numbers, and if need be, so I would, that's what you must do, just either.
I am sorry, I didn't.
No, don't bring a card on your list.
Of course, we distributed
that
it, the
folder.
headline, the headline
Yeah.
folder
Okay,
is
so can
distributed.
you-
Headline folder is there, which can be reprinted and distributed
Yeah.
among people.
I have more copies, I'll give it to you.
It is there. And everywhere on the top lines it is this thing.
That 100 number is there, on the top line, and
There is no
103,
limit, there is
103.
senior citizens.
Yeah, but the trouble is sometimes you phone that will continue to.
Exactly. It rings and nobody-
It rings and nobody pays it. 103 I think is given, but
Yeah.
I would suggest make this helpline again and it's circulated again, no problem.
Yeah, but when somebody.
I will share something with you right now while it's going on and I'm watching it going on. Since we are talking about police, with due respect to whatever political party they are, if I don't know if any other have come now from Bandra East, right now, St. Paul Road, there are all political banners put up. Because there is a football tournament being organized and put up, fair enough, no issue. But it is illegal to have these posters. Just now, the police have landed there, BMC has landed there, Shiv Sena is arguing with them, but police, because they are in problems, they have started putting them down. I'm just telling you, but that you have to use influence on top to do this.
Yes.
So you need influence, whatever you say, down the line, the Havaldar or something, it's the typical event. Like Pan Kha hai, ko yahan jana hai pehle, this is the answer we get. So you have to go on the top, and I agree with them. I mean, you need that push to push.
Yeah.
Sir, I am with the Police Reform Watch core committee team. Openly, there are drug addicts at Bandra Avenue crossing towards the station side. Even near LIC office, there are drug addicts. We have our DCP, ACP, and all these people. They are aware. There's little we can do because that mafia is there and blatant corruption is there everywhere. We are facing it even in BMC and all over. So unless we all come together and we keep pushing at it, we will make a small building. Thank you.
Tell me this induction of more and more women on the police, that obviously must be helping.
It is helping, yes, yes.
Sensitizing them to what is needed for how
Yes.
to act immediately. Even in domestic violence, they do not act immediately because they come from districts where it's common to be beaten by the husband. So they think, what are you making a complaint about your husband? You have to listen to him first.
On a lighter note, how many of you all read Times of India? All of you, and can you tell me what happened? What is reported in the Times of India?
On what?
On something similar today? Yes. I won't waste your time because we would like to. If you go back at a beach resort in Sweden, unfortunately for the Swedish coming now, there was a police officer who was enjoying herself on the beach, and there was a big robbery happening with a bikini and everything on. She went and caught this person, nailed him down. That's the difference of a lady police officer. It's there in today's times. It's just confusing. And it's a good small article, but I picked my attention because of today. Okay, so
we now go on to our
yes.